Hi, I'm Sylvia from Youth Makers Hub, and we are here in Kumasi, Ghana at the AfriConEU Bootcamp. Coming here for this event has been an exciting experience, and I have learned a lot by seeing all the people participating and getting inspired from the speeches and the success stories that our speakers have shared. In coming here, I understood even better our role as dissemination communication partners, how important it is to communicate what we're actually doing here, to get more people inspired, to get more people excited and interested in participating to similar events and starting their own ideas and finding innovation.
My name is Albert Opoku, and I'm from hapaSpace, based here in Ghana. I'm excited that we are the ones who are hosting this edition of the Bootcamp. And it's great to have everybody from the different countries here. And for me, seeing the bootcamp actually take these theoretical ideas from curriculum to practical solutions has been the most exciting part. The second reason why I'm really excited, it's the role that AfCFTA, or the AfriConEU Free Trade Area, has played in this whole bootcamp. And not only across Africa, but also with our European partners. And these are the two things that are exciting for me as a member of hapaSpace and a member of the consortium.
For me, it has been a life-changing experience, both at a professional and also on a personal level. So after going to Tanzania, Uganda, Nigeria, finishing in Uganda, I think it was really the cherry on top, because here for us, it was really possible to see where innovation can meet also tradition and the local communities. Of course, for us as AfriConEU, it's also interesting to see how our sub-programs are also being implemented here, and it's working and it's meeting the community's needs. So for me, being here in Uganda has been such an honor, and we look forward to work with you past AfriConEU.
It's very easy to understand a project that you're working with, a partner that you're working with, in a theoretical sense. We've heard so much about the good work that they're doing here at HAPA and the wonderful things that are going on in this space. But to be here and see so many of the specific programs that they're working on, things like the Thrive Project, things like the vocational schools, these are things that we didn't have a full context of, and it definitely shapes what we're really delivering when we talk about the capacity building that we're working on and the boot camps that we're running. So it really shapes kind of what we really understand as the long-term objectives of what we're delivering as a project.
I really am having a wonderful time in Ghana. It's been an amazing time, and especially amazing meeting all the entrepreneurs in Ghana. I love the short talks in Ghana. I love the expertise that we're here, hearing the entrepreneurship journey of some successful startups that have gone through international markets, have gone through international collaborations and partnerships, that have had to do market research, that have had to do consumer research, has been quite an eye-opening on what we can do and what we can collaborate from the east and the west of Africa, but as well as having the startups that have been here, the ones that are struggling, the ones that have been that are the beginning, the students, has been quite a great influence towards building a more transcontinental network. I'm grateful for the connections that we've had.
AfriConEU helped me to enlighten on my networking, how I will do my market research, and be a master in my pitching. It was very insightful, educative, and everything, the groups, how we solve problems, trying to find solutions in my group, Fantastic 8. It was awesome. After this bootcamp, I will enlighten on my networking process, master in my pitch, and so help me in my business, everything, activities that I do. Thank you very much, AfriConEU. Mesdames, merci.
It has helped me to gain a lot of insights in business and entrepreneurship as a whole. And then also, AU bringing a lot of resource persons and sharing their success stories. It has inspired me a lot. It has been very interesting bringing, like I said initially, bringing in a lot of resource personnel, and then also we have been grouping us into different groups and then sharing interesting ideas, and then also coming up with a business idea, I think it is a very great journey, and I would love to always be part of it. After this bootcamp, I will share my experiences with other people so that they can also learn from it. Thank you, AfriConEU, and I hope we have this again.
It's been an eye-opener on all the advantages and disadvantages that come with AFTA. I used to hear a lot about AFTA, but I had really not gotten much insight of what this whole thing is about. But with the facilitators that handled the topic on Monday, I think it's been of great impact, and I really appreciate it. The topic that was given to the teams to deal with, which was how to leverage on the impact on the AFTA. So with the different ideas, a breakdown of the topic, and then the assignments that were given to each one of us has really given me a better understanding of what AFTA is. Baraka baraka ade sumbo nazayan sunte AfriConEU baraka baraka.
With the AfriConEU Summit, a bootcamp that we are currently having, I've been exposed to how the investors from the Western world thinks when startups like myself are investor ready. So I was very grateful for the investor side of view that was exhibited during this section. The highlight of the bootcamp, in my personal observation, was the network ability and the network opportunity. I was privileged to experience Mr. Lloyd, the founder of Incas, and I really enjoyed his inspirational story from how he started from a humble beginning from his personal savings. After the bootcamp, I'll really need to reassess my investor readiness documentation as well as my business plan to take advantage of the newly found innovation and information on the AFTA Treaty. In my language, and I'm from the Gan tribe, we say thank you, and this is how we say thank you to EU. Wandanyeshi, EU Ghana.
AfriConEU helped me to understand the business model canvas and also scaling up my business. So understanding the key activities that I need to employ, understanding the key partners, having to understand the value proposition, the unique thing that I have to provide for my customers in order to patronize me. What is the unique thing that I'm providing that others are not providing? The highlight of the bootcamp in Ghana was very interesting. There were so many moments of memories and things that I would remember. Looking at the Aquaba team that were around, looking at the bingo, it was so exciting, and I was very happy to be part of this particular bootcamp in Ghana. After this bootcamp, I would continue my business as usual, but there is one thing that I learned from Lord yesterday, talking about pivoting. So basically, I will look at pivoting my business, and at the same time, he spoke of networking. So now I understand wherever I get to, I have to be able to network very well, and that could also scale up my business. Thank you, AfriConEU. AfriConEU, Medase.
AfriConEU has helped me to understand the importance of networking, and also through this program I've been able to learn about the AFTA agreement, and with this we are hoping to leverage on that so that we can scale up to other African countries. The highlights, I would say the food and also the fun games that we had, especially the bingo game. I really enjoyed it. It has helped us with networking. We've been able to talk with other people, and I think, yeah, and the food is great. I will definitely inculcate everything that I've learned into the program. I'll try to scale up my business, and the networking especially. I'll try to speak to everybody that I meet, and then I'll scale up my program. Yeah. AfriConEU, Yedase, Akwenami, merci beaucoup.
It helped me to know the easier way to set up a business, and also as a businesswoman or businessman, when you are to start a business, you have to seek for the needs of your customers before you bring out your product. Please, it was so good, peaceful, and enjoyable, especially during the games, and the food was good. After this bootcamp, I will make sure I communicate after to my people, those who are at the rural area, so they also get a benefit from it. Thank you to AfriConEU. Midamasi, Akiali.